If you're new to this area or new to this story, it's one that's mystified our whole area for decades. Our Mary King breaks down how we got here.
Around 6:15 in the morning of February 14th, 2000, Asha Degree's parents wake up to find both the 9-year-old and her book bag gone. They filed a missing persons report shortly after.
Investigators at the time had reason to believe that she took some items with her out of the house, and that she left the house and walked south on Highway 18 toward the city of Shelby.
Asha's dad told investigators he'd seen Asha in her bed around 2:30 that morning. Authorities said 2 truck drivers spotted a girl matching Asha's description around 4 a.m. on Highway 18. At that point, she was about a mile from her home.
One turned around to try to approach her, but wasn't able to make contact with her, and from what we can tell, that's the last time that she was seen.
For months, investigators and the community turned over every stone to find her. Then in August of 2001, her book bag was found 30 miles away, buried in the ground in Burke County. Investigators said Asha's book bag belongings were sent to a FBI lab in Quantico. But years would continue to go by. Asha's family continued to cry out for answers.
We still have hope. We don't think she's dead, but we still need help.
Just keep praying for me and my family, and that she will return home.
Investigators released age-progressed photos to keep Asha's story in the spotlight. Then in 2016, investigators released new evidence, a dark green vehicle of interest they believed Asha may have gotten in on the morning of her disappearance.
And it was occupied supposedly 2 times on the day of her disappearance, and it had been discovered through legwork by Sheriff's Office investigators along with the federal government.
In 2017, in an effort to generate new leads, investigators brought in a special FBI team to recreate the early morning of Asha's disappearance. Here's what investigators said about leads at the time.
There are multiple people of interest that we've looked at over the years and continue to look at, and new names still arise.
And in 2018, detectives released pictures of 2 items found in Asha's book bag that did not belong to her.
There was a New Kids on the Block concert t-shirt that was in the book bag, along with the library book that was from Asha's elementary school, but it was not checked out by Asha.
In recent years, investigators have been hopeful that new technology could help crack the case.
For one thing, technology has advanced quite a bit over the years, and I still think there's some things that we can do to try to help us find those answers, and I really believe that we're going to find out what happened to her.
And as we've talked with Asha's family through the years, they've repeatedly told us they're holding on to that hope.
After 20 years, I still believe my daughter is alive. I do not believe she's dead. And I know somebody knows something. I'm not crazy enough to think that a 9-year-old can disappear into thin